A while back, I talked about how life is not supposed to be hard. I remember my mother telling me once that her mother told her, honey, life is supposed to be hard. And I thought, oh my God, what a terrible frame. What a terrible thing to believe. And I don't believe that. I believe life is made to be great and simple. And it's only our thoughts and our beliefs that complicate it. Now, sure, a lot of things can happen in life that are beyond our control. In fact, most of what happens in life is beyond our control. But we can control ourselves. And that is probably the biggest thing. If you wanted anything, self control would be the number one thing that would serve you best, regardless of what's happening outside of you externally. The internal game, the inside game, is really going to make the difference. The meaning you make out of what goes on externally makes all the difference sometimes. And so I did this little video talking about how life is supposed to be great or life is supposed to be easy. And I got this pushback. A couple people really got on my case and said, Tom doesn't know what he's talking about. They were very religious people and they believed it all came from God. And I'm not going to argue that when you get right down to it, most of life is out of our control. And so who but God might be controlling that? That's for you to decide for yourself what you believe. But I'm not going to argue with these people that believe that because they're right. Tom doesn't have all the answers. But Tom knows a few things and a few things that can help a lot of people because a lot of people aren't aware of what they can do to improve their mental game, improve their outlook, improve their attitude, improve their mental state in order to improve their performance. You know, it's one of those things that really is not being utilized. And that presents an enormous opportunity for somebody who does utilize what can be done to up their mental game because they're competing against other people who don't. And so that gives them a tremendous edge. And I don't think that's going to last forever. The whole idea of sports psychology and hypnosis and doing all these things, NLP, that can improve performance. 2 decades ago, professional sports was not doing it to the extent that it does it now. What probably happened back in the 50s when Russian Olympic team started using a lot of psychologists and hypnotists, and they started looking for every edge they could find in terms of upping their mental game so they get more gold medals. And they were successful. And so it stands to reason that it took a long time, even before professional sports caught on to the whole idea. And so I kind of believe that it's not going to take long before this filters down all the way to the lower levels of competition because people are not stupid. They catch on, they learn. And once the word gets out, and the word really is out there already, you look at people like Tiger Woods and Mike Tyson and all these athletes, it's an almost endless list at this point. Michael Jordan, you know, that Wayne Gretzky, these top athletes in their sports are doing this. And so it's not a big secret at this point. And at some point, the edge that you have right now as an amateur athlete, as someone who wants to get a college scholarship or wants to play at a professional level, whatever your sport is, you have an opportunity right now. And whether you take advantage of it or not, that's up to you. Some people are going to see it right away, and other people are maybe never going to see it. And that's just life, you know. Some people catch on quicker than others, and I don't know how you feel about it. It's a personal decision. You can think what I'm talking about is total nonsense, or you can see the value in what I'm speaking of. And whether you do or don't is that's your decision. But for the people who do get it, for the people who do say, yeah, what this guy's saying does make sense, and I'd like to learn what I can do to become the best athlete in my sport that I could possibly become. And it doesn't matter what level you're at now. If you're serious about a sport, you're probably already training, getting in shape, learning the skill sets, doing all the physical things you need to do to improve your game. And the mental side of things, I can almost guarantee that you're not even touching the surface yet. So if you're interested in doing that, if you're interested in finding out more, reach out, because I'm not going to twist anybody's arm to do anything. It's just a conversation. You let me know where you're at, and we can get together and talk about it. And if it's something that you want to pursue, if you see the value in what I'm offering, reach out. Tom O'Ryan, equestrianhypnocoach.com.